It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the inauguration of the Technical Team of Experts, TTE, of the Nigerian Prize for Leadership on behalf of the Governing Board. I would like to express our heartfelt appreciation once again to the members of the TTE for graciously accepting to work with us on this very important initiative. You are some of the brightest minds in Nigeria, and many of you have come very highly recommended by members of the Governing Board. It is therefore our hope that you will partner with us on this journey to redefine the concept, the value, and the power of leadership in Nigeria across board. I would like to reiterate that the enormous damage done to the Federal Republic of Nigeria over the years by poor leadership without relevant capacity has become incalculable. In fact, the very fabric of our society has been deeply shaken, and it could become worse if urgent actions like this initiative are not taken. Hence, the wisdom and need for such fundamental intervention aimed at refocusing leadership in Nigeria and identifying the strategies for developing high-quality leaders on a sustainable basis. To make the point on how serious the challenge is, I want just to mention 3 statistics. First, the population of Nigeria is growing presently at 3.8%. Our GDP is growing, let's say, around 2%. In other words, nearly double, nearly half of the population growth. It is therefore not surprising that the poverty level in Nigeria in the period of independence to now has gone from a little around 30%, some now say it's touched 70 and still rising. 70% poverty level. For those of you who are fiscally minded, the debt management team have told us that our debt is now around 25 trillion, rising in the last 3-4 years from 12 trillion to 25 trillion. They also tell us that some say 60, some say 70% of all revenues that we earn goes to servicing of debts. If you put those 3 things together, because the management of the national economy is equivalent to the management of the economy of the household. If you have a household with those kind of statistics, would you say that it is healthy? Indeed, in some situations, some people may even say that such a household is bankrupt. That is something to think about. The history of humanity has shown that wherever the leadership question is unresolved, the challenges of human progress will also remain a continuing challenge. Leadership is the key to development and nation building. Good leadership opens a variety of great and powerful doors. But leaders do not just emerge automatically. Leaders are raised through deliberate education, mentoring, training, and discipline. This is why we are so passionate, determined, and deliberate to put in place a credible platform to identify, recognize, and honor persons that have excelled in leadership in Nigeria, as well as raise a successor generation of leaders of excellence with character, integrity, competence, and courage. But for these to be done excellently, with apologies to Professor Ghana, leader, if you want to lead, you must lead excellently well. This explains why we had to go the very extra mile to identify, verify, and select a team of distinguished men and women of honor and integrity like you to serve in this crucial component of the prize. It takes integrity to produce integrity. Nobody gives what he does not have. We are truly convinced that given your successful track records of performance in clear understanding of leadership and what it entails, with your strong commitment to excellence and profound love for Nigeria, you are all eminently qualified to help chart a novel and invaluable paradigm to determine the yardstick for measuring leadership success in Nigeria. This, therefore, underscores why the very essence and success of the Nigerian Prize for Leadership has to be hinged and has to be dependent on this technical team of experts. It is for this reason that the governing board decided that the technical team of experts should be independent of the board so as to give you a free hand to determine your conclusions in setting viable standards for measuring leadership success. The terms of reference of the technical team of experts are as follows. 1, conceive, create, and produce global best practices criteria, standards, benchmarks, and guidelines for assessing, measuring, evaluating entries and nominations, and selecting winners of Nigerian Prize for Leadership annually. 2, identify and recommend criteria and processes for selecting and enrolling qualified youths to participate in the Pro-Chiji Leadership Program, PLP, of the Nigerian Prize for Leadership. 3, undertake and where necessary recommend any further responsibility considered vital to add value and strengthen the process to guarantee best outcome consistent with items 1 and 2 above. Considering that most of the major activities of the prize are dependent on the outcome of the work of your team, it will be highly appreciated if your report can be received on or before November 30th, 2019. This is because we have a timeline in order to be able to award the first prize in 2020. On the strength of the above, I now have the honor to inaugurate the team, led by the chairman, Professor Yebidakpo Obe, supported by the vice chairman, Engineer Mansour Ahmed, followed by Senator Helen Eswene, Alhaji Muhammad Yahya Imam, Professor K. Mosto Onoha, we had his apologies, Dr. Sarah Alade, former Deputy Governor, Central Bank of Nigeria, John Momo, Chairman Channels Television, whose apology also we had, Professor Chidi Odenkalo, who will serve as Secretary and member. Those who remember him will remember he was the very vibrant chairman of the National Human Rights Commission. On behalf of the governing board of the Nigerian Prize for Leadership, I congratulate you and look forward to a robust working relationship with your team. God bless Nigeria and bless us all.